Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's the Chargers going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the San Diego Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Guyton. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's Travis Coons now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. Brandon Oliver now on the return. He won't go down. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people are talking about his throwing motion at the time. A little bit unorthodox. No one talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball gets to the target really well and usually with big production.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And now it's second down. The 11 offensive starters for the Chargers of San Diego on your screen, and one of them who provides a lot of experience, certainly, Danny Woodhead.
Love him. We think of him as a third down back, catching the ball out of the backfield, creating first downs, but he can run it inside. He did it quite effectively at Chadron State in Nebraska, set big-time records in Division II.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. This is Gordon on the dump-off. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Rivers now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, it's Drew Kaiser on to kick it away for San Diego.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
This is taken at the 23. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they're led out by their quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's RG3.
And at his best, Robert Griffin III can be almost mesmerizing to watch. Not just for us as fans, but also for defenses. And he can really carve them up with his arm and his legs. If he puts it all together, look out. You've got a long game ahead of you.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
On fourth down, here's Andy Lee to kick this one away for Cleveland.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Rivers now on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big pickup there on the scramble. 33 yards.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A first down throw here for Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. It's a pickup of 21. And it'll give the Chargers a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Herndon's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Flush to his right. That's caught at the 2. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the ground, this is Woodhead. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. So now on 4th down, on comes Josh Lambo and the field goal unit for the Chargers. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Play fake to Johnson. Now here's Griffin surveying the field. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punch. It's not an altogether bad result.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Following the interception here, Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Whoosh. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flush to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
To throw, Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see. And Rivers saw something he didn't like. He's going to take a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he's got some space here. He showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Second down, Rivers. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
One receiver left, that's Allen. Rivers to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Rivers now on 2nd down. That's caught at the 3. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Here's Rivers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
It's a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the 1st half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run with Crowell. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the 1st half. Both the Browns and the Chargers are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the 2nd half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the 1st half.
Okay, Larry, thank you. No touchdowns in our 1st half. What will we see in half number 2? Time to find out. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A chance for us to look at this Chargers defense again. They don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so well, I think that's the speech. You nailed it. Just go out and do what you've been doing, and we'll adjust if we see anything different later.
To this point, they've been spectacular. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the 1st down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Travis Benjamin, 61 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They come up at an offset eye. On 1st down, Griffin going underneath for Crowell. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A fake to Crowell. Now it's Griffin. Now look how Griffin hit, and he lost. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll come out in the pistol. They begin with a run by Crowell. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him.
And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. On second down, here's Griffin. Complete here to Gary Barnidge. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. 10 yards still left on second down.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's second and goal from the 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Here we go. It's Griffin on fourth down. He's got his target. It's Coleman for the Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Boy, what a job there. Fourth down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. But a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right? That's
usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball. But instead, it turned out to be a touchdown. And they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. A gain of 32 that time. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. 7 yards remain now on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, nice move. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Now Griffin on second down. Caught left side. It's Barnage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Griffin on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw again is Griffin. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw is RG3. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Victory formation, time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. A nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Now it's Woodhead. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Risky. And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius. I do admire that he went for it.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. On second down, Griffin. He's got time. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's third down. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. That would have been his third pick in this game alone. Instead, fourth down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the third in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Rivers to throw it. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.